Hello, beauty, and welcome. You are here because something inside of you, something ancient and wise, is calling you toward a deeper, more connected way to birth. You want a safe and supported birth, but you also want a powerful birth, honoring and trusting the natural wisdom of your body. You want to create your dream birth. I also know there may be some fear that you won't be able to endure the pain, fear that you won't be able to birth naturally without interventions, and fear that you'll feel out of control. Maybe you fear for the safety of your body and your baby. The truth is, we've been led to doubt our strength and our power. So many of us have been filled with horror stories about birth and led to see birth as a medical event instead of the sacred rite of passage into motherhood it truly is. I know when I wanted to give birth naturally without any pain medication, I was met with plenty of raised eyebrows and well-meaning people saying things like, "Why would you want to put yourself through that? There's no trophy for birthing unmedicated, or just wait until you get into labor. You'll be begging for the epidural." They didn't understand. I knew birth could be beautiful, transcendent even, when we honor our body's innate wisdom. I knew it didn't have to be excruciatingly painful. I knew those fears and stories were not my own. I just had to figure out how to change the narrative and support myself in creating the healthiest and gentlest possible entrance into the world for my baby. And yes, of course, I had fears of my own. Your fears are valid. We all have fears about birth. Yet, those fears are messengers guiding us to explore deeper. They ask us to educate ourselves on birth, our babies, and our body's inherent wisdom. They beckon us to venture into the unknown and dissolve those fears into trust, surrender, and gratitude. Narratives that will hold you through birth and guide you beautifully through motherhood. In our next 30 minutes together, I'm going to share with you the 5 things you need to know to step into your power and birth like the goddess that you are. One that births in tune with her body, her baby, and the powerful, untamed energy that has brought life into the world for millions of years. Because I know this isn't just about having an unmedicated natural birth. This is about a healthy pregnancy, a thriving baby, and a truly transformative birth experience that calls you into motherhood. I promise that every minute of your time here today will be used to share crucial information and make sure you are getting the biggest value out of our time together. You'll learn. Call out with the 5 steps here. How to birth like your ancestors. How to work with your mind. How to work with your body instead of against it. How to connect and work with your baby. And finally, how to advocate for yourself and your birth rights. Whether you're planning to give birth in a hospital, a birth center, or at home, these key principles will support you in a sacred and peaceful birth. By the end of this mini course, you'll be more confident, prepared, and empowered to birth the way you imagined with the full force of your feminine, life-giving body. As a certified doula, pregnancy and birth educator, and most importantly, mother, I am at your service to guide you through each step of this wild journey. So let's begin. Key number 1, birth like your ancestors. The first key to birthing like the absolute goddess that you are is to birth like your ancestors. Your ancestors understood something at a very deep and visceral level that our modern birth culture has lost sight of today. Birth is a primal force that unfolds best when left as undisturbed as possible. For hundreds of thousands of years, women have birthed without interventions, without bright hospital lights, and without machines monitoring every contraction. They birthed in rhythm with nature and in tune with their bodies, guided by the same intelligent force that brings all new life into the world. They released the control and birthed with their instincts. Number 1, stay in your primitive brain. Birth is not meant to be a logical, analytical experience. It's not something to figure out or manage. Birth flows best when you operate from your primitive brain, also known as the limbic system or mammalian brain. This is the part of you that feels rather than thinks, the part that knows how to birth instinctively. It's the same part of your brain that guides a cat to birth her kittens in a quiet, dark space. The same part that allows horses to labor instinctively on their feet. The same part that governs the rhythms of sex, sleep, and deep emotion. But here's the challenge. Modern birth culture keeps us stuck in our thinking brain. The bright lights, constant monitoring, and medical language pull us out of our primal state. The pressure to perform in labor, tracking dilation, following a timeline disconnects us from our instincts. To birth like your ancestors, you must drop out of your thinking brain and into your body, training your mind to soften, release, and flow with birth rather than fighting against it. It's one of the core outcomes of the Zen birth philosophy. Number two, learn to trust in birth. Trust is the foundation of a smooth, powerful, instinctual birth. But trust is not something that just happens. It's something you cultivate. And the best way to build trust in birth is through education. When you deeply understand, your body was made to birth, from the perfect orchestration of labor hormones to its powerful physiological design, how to connect with your soul and your deepest desires for a peaceful and sacred birth. Yes, I know this is unlike other birth courses, but the spiritual piece to birth is so essential and often so overlooked. How to connect with your beautiful baby, calm your mind, and reframe your pain into purpose. You stop questioning whether birth works and you start trusting that it was made to work. That's exactly why I created the Zen Birth Course, to teach you everything you need to know about the holistic elements of birth, so you don't have to rely on the fragmented and often fear-based information of modern maternity care. Because when you trust in birth, you walk into labor with confidence, and that confidence changes everything. Number three, build your birth team. Another thing your ancestors rarely did: birth alone. For generations, women birthed in community, surrounded by wise elders, birth keepers, and trusted family members who knew how to support, encourage, and hold space for labor to unfold. Today, we replace that support system with a rotating medical staff, unfamiliar faces, and a doctor who comes in just a few minutes before the grand finale to deliver your baby. And while modern medicine has its place, the truth is that who is in your birth space matters. Does your birth team believe in physiological birth? Do they trust the process? Or are they focused on managing it? Do they make you feel safe, respected, and powerful? Because here's the thing: if the people around you don't believe in your ability to birth, it will be much harder for you to believe in yourself. That's why inside Zen Birth, we go deep into how to choose a birth team that truly supports your vision. Whether you're birthing in a hospital, birth center, or at home, you'll learn how to choose an aligned provider who trusts in birth, the key questions to ask your OB or midwife, and why a doula can be one of the best investments in your birth experience. Because birth is not meant to be done alone. You deserve a team that makes you feel safe, honors your choices, and believes in your power. At the end of the day, birth is about trust. Trusting your body, trusting your baby, trusting that birth is an ancient, sacred force that unfolds beautifully when we leave it as undisturbed as possible. This is the foundation of birthing like your ancestors. And when you birth from this place of deep trust, you pass that trust down, not just to your baby, but to generations to come. Your ancestors are smiling right now. Key number two, work with your body. The second Zen birth key to birthing like a goddess is to work with your body, not against it. Your body is not only designed for birth, it is brilliantly designed for birth. Every contraction, every sensation, every shift within you is purposeful. Your body and your baby are working together, orchestrating a dance that has unfolded in perfect harmony for thousands of years. When you trust this process and actively work with your body rather than resisting it, birth flows more smoothly, with greater ease and less discomfort. There are three main ways you can support your body during birth: hormones, movement, and nourishment. Number one, the power of your birth hormones. Your body produces a gorgeous symphony of hormones during labor, each one playing a role in helping you birth with more ease, efficiency, and, dare I say, pleasure. Oxytocin, the love hormone we love to talk about in Zen birth. This hormone fuels your contractions and deepens your connection with your baby. Endorphins, your natural pain relievers, rise in unison with oxytocin as labor intensifies, helping you shift into a trance-like primal state where you can fully surrender to the rhythm of birth. And lastly, adrenaline, your fight or flight hormone, has a role too. This hormone is a timely one, though. It can either work against you by stalling active labor when fear takes over, or support you in the final moments by giving you a surge of energy when it's time to push. Creating a calm, safe, and supportive environment, both externally and internally, is key to keeping these labor hormones flowing. Number 2, movement is the birth elixir. Mama needs to move. This is one of the things I believe that medical birth culture has gotten wrong about birth. Movement is one of your greatest tools for working with your body and your baby in labor. Staying mobile, both in pregnancy and labor, allows your baby to find the optimal position for birth. Movement also allows you to work with your body and baby's cues in birth, shifting and opening to create more space for your baby to descend. And lastly, using upright, forward, and open positions, also known as UFO, allows you to harness gravity, shorten labor, and reduce the likelihood of intervention. Lying on your back is one of the hardest ways to birth and can decrease the pelvic opening by as much as 30%. That's a big difference in birth. Instead, think of birth positions that challenge your idea of what birth looks like in mainstream media. Positions like squatting, hands and knees, lunging, or even standing. Move with your body's instincts. Rock, sway, squat, lean. Your body knows what to do when you let it lead. Number 3, nourish your body and baby. The foods you eat during pregnancy directly impact your birth experience. Yet, so many mamas are given a list of what not to eat from their care provider and left in the dark on what to actually consume to create the healthiest baby and birth possible. Your nutrition is more than just fuel. It's the foundation for your baby's development and your biggest key to preventing pregnancy and birth complications. Here are a few nutritional pillars to focus on during pregnancy. Prioritize protein. Protein is the building block of life, essential for your baby's growth, muscle development, and overall health. Aim for 80 to 100 grams daily from high quality sources like grass-fed meat, pasture-raised eggs, wild-caught fish, beans, and lentils. Protein also helps stabilize blood sugar, reducing energy crashes and nausea. Healthy fats for baby's brain and your mental clarity. Your baby's brain is made up of nearly 60% fat, and consuming enough omega-3s found in wild salmon, sardines, flax seeds, and walnuts supports their neurological development. Healthy fats like avocado, coconut oil, and grass-fed butter also provide the necessary energy reserves for labor and keep your mind sharp. Goodbye, pregnancy brain. Iron for strength and blood oxygen. Blood volume nearly doubles in pregnancy, making iron essential for preventing fatigue, dizziness, and anemia. Lean meats, dark leafy greens, and liver are rich sources of bioavailable iron. Folate for neural tube development. Often confused with synthetic folic acid, naturally occurring folate is crucial for your baby's brain and spinal cord development. Foods like leafy greens, lentils, and eggs provide the most absorbable form. A high-quality prenatal with methylated folate ensures you meet your daily needs. Calcium for strong bones and muscle function. Your baby pulls calcium directly from your bones, so consuming high calcium foods like dairy, if tolerated, almonds, leafy greens, tofu, and chickpeas supports both your skeletal health and theirs. Calcium also plays a role in muscle contraction during labor. Hydration and electrolytes. Hydration plays a crucial role during pregnancy, helping your body produce the additional blood it needs for your baby, keeping amniotic fluid levels optimal, and circulating nutrients to your baby. Aim for at least 80 ounces of filtered water daily, and consider natural electrolyte sources like coconut water or adding a pinch of salt to your water for mineral balance. In the Zen Birth Course, we expand on the importance of nutrition, and I provide a complete holistic nutrition guide to help you make the best choices for your body and your baby. In conclusion, when you support your hormones, move with your instincts, and nourish yourself well, you unlock your body's full birthing potential. Now, let's move to our next key. Working with your mind, because birth isn't just about the body. The mind plays an equally powerful role in shaping your birth experience. Key number 3, work with your mind. The third key to birthing like a divine goddess is to work with your mind. Birth transcends the physical. It's a profound mental, emotional, and spiritual journey. And your mindset can either be your greatest asset or your biggest enemy. So, how do you cultivate a mindset that helps you birth with confidence, calm, and power? By practicing 3 key principles: surrendering to the process, reframing pain, and removing fear. Number 1, surrender, the art of letting go. Birth is not something you do, it's something you allow. This is where mindfulness comes in, the foundation of Zen birth and the thread that runs through all of our teachings. One of the core pillars of mindfulness is surrender, not in the sense of giving up, but in the sense of letting go of the need and the illusion of control. We've been conditioned to believe that control is power, but in birth, control creates tension, and tension creates pain. Pain creates more fear, and here we are moving away from trusting our natural instincts in birth. Power in birth comes from learning to soften with each contraction instead of resisting it. It comes from learning to flow with the present moment instead of fighting it. And it comes from accepting our unique birth journey as it unfolds, knowing that there's always a greater plan than our own. This is the practice of surrendering to birth and life. It takes time to master, but practicing and embodying the art of surrender in birth will prepare you for all the moments it's so necessary and supportive to surrender in new motherhood. Number 2, reframe pain. Pain is not suffering. Yes, birth can be intense. Yes, there will be powerful sensations. But pain in birth is not the same as suffering. Suffering comes when we add fear, tension, and resistance to pain. But when we reframe pain as power, as an expression of our body working beautifully and effectively, we take away its hold on us. Pain has purpose in birth. Think about it. The burn of a great workout, the growing pains of personal change, or the challenge of learning a new skill. These are all sensations we willingly embrace because we know they lead to something good. They lead to the transformation. Birth is the same. Every contraction is your body opening, expanding, and making way for your baby. The more you lean into it, breathe with it, and trust it, the less you will suffer and the more empowered you will feel. Number 3, remove your fears. Fear closes, trust open. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to a sacred and natural birth. When we are afraid and lack the tools to self-regulate and calm the nervous system, our bodies tighten, our breath becomes shallow, and adrenaline floods our system. This signals to the body that it's not safe out there and the doors closed. Pain increases and labor can slow down or stall altogether. But when we release fear, we replace doubt with trust. And when we unlearn the cultural conditioning that birth is something to dread and endure, we set ourselves up for a radically different experience. So ask yourself, what are my fears about birth? Are they stories I've been told? Are they based on evidence or on cultural conditioning? And most importantly, what if I choose to believe something different? What kind of birth would be available to me? When we remove our fears, our desires can speak, and the birth we've imagined becomes available to us. I proudly support you through this transformation in the Zen Birth Course by demystifying the biggest fears we often carry about birth and leading you through powerful exercises that transform your fears into confidence. To summarize this key to birthing like a goddess, the way you think about birth directly shapes the way you experience birth. When you surrender, birth flows. When you reframe pain, you reclaim your power. And when you release fear, you open to trust. When your mind and body are working together, the pregnancy and birth journey transforms into something sacred, something easeful, and something deeply empowering. Key number 4, work with your baby. The fourth key to birthing like a powerful goddess is to work with your baby. Birth is a partnership, a beautiful dance between mama and baby. Despite common belief, your baby is not just a passenger during birth. They are an active participant. working just as diligently as you are to make their way earthside. Understanding this partnership can change the way you experience birth. Instead of feeling like you need to do all the heavy lifting, you realize that you and your baby are working as a team, moving, shifting, and navigating this incredible journey together. So, how can you support your baby in this sacred dance? Number one, use upright positions and movement. Your body is beautifully designed to expand and open, making space for your baby to descend. In harmony, your baby compresses and rotates, maneuvering through the birth canal in a series of instinctive movements known as the 7 cardinal movements. This process is both physiological and intuitive. It's not about thinking, it's about learning to trust your body and letting your baby guide the way. You can support this process by staying mobile and responsive to what your baby needs. To do this, stay upright and move freely. Gravity helps your baby descend more easily. Use positions that open the pelvis. Squatting, hands and knees, and lunges create more space for your baby to navigate the birth path. Listen to your intuition. If you feel the urge to sway, rock, squat, or lean, follow it. Your baby will tell you which way they need to move. Your job is to listen. Number two, stay connected. Limit unnecessary medications. There is a natural rhythm and flow to birth, one that keeps both you and your baby deeply connected. But when pain medications are introduced, that rhythm can become disrupted. With the epidural and other opioids, mother may feel numb or disconnected from the sensations of labor, making it harder to push effectively or recognize when her body is ready. Meanwhile, baby senses are also dulled and they may struggle to rotate, descend, and respond to the signals that guide them through the birth canal. That's why choosing comfort measures that work with your body rather than against it can be so powerful. Inside Zen Birth, you'll learn a full range of natural pain relief techniques, breathing methods, meditation, hydrotherapy, movement, and more, so you can stay calm, centered, and deeply connected to your baby throughout labor. Number three, communicate with your baby during labor. Your baby is not just working hard to be born, they are listening to you, feeling your energy, and responding to the environment you create. Throughout labor, you can strengthen this connection by placing your hands on your belly and speaking to your baby. Let them know they are safe, loved, and you are working together. Using visualization techniques, imagine your baby moving down, rotating, and making their way into your arms, breathing deeply and intentionally. Your breath is their breath. The calmer and more rhythmic you are, the more reassurance they receive. This bond doesn't just start in labor, it begins in the womb. Studies show that mamas who connect with their baby before birth through meditation, prayer, singing, or simply talking often experience more positive birth experiences, lower stress levels in labor, and even reduced rates of postpartum depression. Your baby wants to connect with you and know you. They chose you as their mother after all. By strengthening that connection before and during birth, you create a foundation of trust, not just for labor, but for your journey into motherhood. Now let's move on to our final key. Advocate for yourself. Because while birth is a natural process, it's also essential that you claim your power and make choices that align with your vision, values, and goals. Key number 5, advocate for yourself. Our last key to birthing like a goddess is to advocate for yourself. No one else is going to walk this journey for you. No one else is going to birth your baby. And while birth is a beautifully natural and instinctual process, the reality is that the modern maternity systems don't always align with physiological birth. That's why self-advocacy is so essential. When you know your rights, create a clear birth plan, and stand in your power, you can make informed choices that align with your vision for birth. Number 1, the power of self-advocacy. Advocating for yourself doesn't mean you have to push against the system at every turn. It simply means that you are in charge of your birth, standing in your sacred power as a mother, protecting, nurturing, and guiding your baby as you will when they join you earthside. You get to decide what's best for your body and baby. You get to decide what interventions you do or do not want. You get to decide who is in your birth space. And most importantly, you have the right to be heard, respected, and informed every step of the way. When you step into the role of your own advocate, you set the tone for a birth that's empowered, supported, and truly yours. Number two, understanding your birthright. Many women don't even realize that they have rights in birth outside of the standard protocol. Unfortunately, this lack of awareness can lead to feeling powerless in the face of hospital policies or medical recommendations. Here's what you need to know. Informed consent means you have the right to say yes or no to any procedure or intervention. You have the right to ask questions about benefits, risk, alternatives, and the option to wait. You have the right to move, eat, to birth in the position that feels best for you. Just because something is standard practice doesn't mean it's required. Your body, your baby, your birth, your choice. Inside Zen Birth, I break this down even further, teaching you how to navigate the hospital system or advocate for your preferences in a home or birth center setting. You'll learn the exact questions to ask your provider, how to recognize unnecessary interventions, and how to confidently communicate your goals to your birth team. Number three, have a birth plan, but stay flexible. A birth plan is one of the most powerful tools in self-advocacy. It clearly defines your preferences, ensures your birth team understands what matters most to you, and empowers you to step into labor with confidence. Your birth plan should cover your desired birth environment, dim lights, music, aromatherapy, etc., your preferences for movement and positioning, how you want to handle pain relief, natural coping techniques, water, massage, etc., your stance on interventions, cervical checks, Pitocin, breaking water, etc., newborn care preferences, delayed cord clamping, skin to skin, vitamin K, etc. And while it's important to have a plan, it's just as important to stay flexible. Birth is unpredictable. Things may unfold differently than expected. But when you're informed and empowered, you can navigate those changes with confidence. When you enroll in Zen Birth, you'll also receive my customizable birth plan template, which has helped so many women craft a powerful birth plan that not only outlines your preferences, but is structured in a way that helps you communicate those choices to your care team. You deserve to be heard in birth. You deserve to have your choices respected. And most of all, you deserve to birth in a way that feels powerful, sacred, and aligned with your vision. When you advocate for yourself, you reclaim birth as the sacred rite of passage it truly is. You now have the 5 keys to birth like a goddess. Number 1, birth like your ancestors. Number 2, work with your mind. Number 3, work with your body. Number 4, work with your baby. And number 5, advocate for yourself. These tips will set you up for a positive and transformative birth experience. One where you birth in tune with your body, mind, and baby to bring your little angel earthside. If these tips resonated with you and you found yourself saying yes, 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 or tell me more, if you want full guidance, essential tools, techniques, and evidence-based knowledge to create the empowered natural birth you've dreamed about, I invite you to go deeper and join the Zen Birth Course. Inside, you'll find 10 core modules designed to help you cultivate a healthy pregnancy, a thriving baby, and a deeply connected sacred birth. Every module is broken into bite-sized videos so that you can absorb the content easily in a way that fits your lifestyle. We'll cover number 1, the Zen birth philosophy. Number 2, the powerful mind-body connection. Number 3, how to nurture your mind for labor and reframe pain. Number 4, how to prepare your body for birth. And number 5, how to create your toolbox of comfort measures. Number 6, how to commune with your soul for a peaceful birth. Number 7, how to work together with your baby in labor. Number 8, how to build your support team. Number 9, how to create a birth plan that aligns with your vision and values. And number 10, the holistic stages of birth. When you enroll, you'll also receive the 80-page Informed Birth Guide, a comprehensive resource to help you make confident, informed decisions for your birth. The Holistic Nutrition Guide, a 27-page guide packed with nourishing, science-backed nutritional insights for a healthy pregnancy and a thriving baby. The Zen Birth Workbook, a personal companion filled with exercises, reflections, and guidance that walks you through each module of the course step by step. This extensive workbook includes resources like a postpartum sanctuary plan, meditations, mindfulness exercises, and fear releasing techniques to help you birth confidently in your power. Evidence-based research, grounded in both modern science and ancient birthing practices to support you in navigating your pregnancy and labor naturally, safely, and peacefully. Lifetime access. Revisit the course anytime through this pregnancy and future ones. No reoccurring membership fees or expiration dates. And so much more. Your birth experience matters. You deserve to feel powerful, supported, and deeply connected to your body and baby. Step into your power and reclaim your body's ancient wisdom to birth the way you were designed. I'm honored to walk with you through this transformational journey into motherhood. Let's do this, Mama.